very nice to be here. I'm Toby, hello. Like you, I'm a massive fan of Doctor Who. Like most of you, I've seen every episode of Doctor Who probably more times than is healthy. That's 9 plus, by the way. That's officially the unhealthy level. And like many of you, I've got every single episode of Doctor Who on DVD. But the delight of me being here now and engaged in a professional capacity to do this show means that all those DVDs that I bought for my own entertainment are now classed as research and so are therefore tax deductible. So we're going to be meeting the cast, but for we're going to throw, the less I say today the better, so we're going to throw the questions over to you fairly quickly. But what that means is that sometimes people feel a bit pressurised when they get the microphone and or they're not quite sure what their question is. So I need somebody to help me out. So you, sir, what's your name? Noah. Hi, Noah. You're going to help me out today. So it's very simple. What's going to happen is, if there's a silence, or I can't think of anything to say and I'm a bit worried, I'm going to point at you, Noah, and you're going to ask the hardest question ever asked of any convention guest, which is, what's your favourite story? So nobody ever thinks to ask that one. So that's our emergency question, Noah, and you're going to help me out with that. So you're like the doctor in the room today. If there's any trouble, you're going to solve it. And don't worry, if me doing that makes you nervous, I'm sure the adult sitting next to you will help you out and say it on your behalf. But we'll be fine. I trust you. So Noah is primed. You are primed. We're going to meet the cast now. Who's round to see us today? Well, I'm going to introduce 5 people, so give them all a big round of applause as we welcome in no particular order Stephen Moffat, Ingrid Oliver, Michelle Gomez, Jenna Coleman, and Peter Capaldi. Well, it's heartening that was the last chair to be filled, but we won't go. So, hello everybody. Have you enjoyed it so far?
What?
Being here.
This is the first time I've seen everyone. I've just done one of our photo shoot things where you meet 180 people in 1 hour. You say, hello, how are you, smile, goodbye. Hello, how are you, smile, goodbye. So that's all I'm going to say for the next 5 minutes.
And Stephen, how are you enjoying the series going out that you've been working on so long, that now we're all getting to see it?
Well, it's weird. It feels like a huge security leak. I don't like the fact people now know what's going on in the episode. I suppose I'd be more relaxed if we had in any way finished episodes 11 and 12. And we haven't. That's how Doctor Who is made. The paint is still wet. So it doesn't feel like, I don't feel relaxed about it, I don't feel calm about it. But it's nice that it's on there. God, that was enthusiastic. Bloody hell, yes, I quite like putting it on television if necessary. Actually, I don't know. I can't remember. People always ask questions of that, but I'm scared of everything, so I probably scared myself with my own hand.
Let's have one more picture, and then we'll go. Oh, look at that.
Well, that's us recreating the cover of the Abbey Road album, Abbey Road.
That photo shoot was done in about 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Because we had to stop traffic.
Yeah, they literally just stopped the traffic and wheel Daleks on and throw us on.
And there were some really confused passerbys who had no idea what was going on. And I was barefoot.
Yeah, it's great fun.
It's a fantastic image. Well, look, let's go back to you. We've got some guys going around with paddles and microphones. So
It just wasn't there to fulfill those creatures as successfully as we can with our new technology. I'm always very taken with the Zabi and the Menoptera and all of these creatures, which. A medium-sized round of applause there.
It's the Menoptera faction. I'm 40% of the room now.
I mean, when you think about it, I mean, the idea that you would try and make a web planet populated by insects, you know, in a tiny studio in Hammersmith with no money, just some cardboard and some imagination and some ambition. I think it's wonderful. So I hate looking at I hate watching, you know, I sat and watched the whole of the Web Planet, and it was quite hard going, really. But the worst thing was, it sort of destroyed the image I had of them in my head, because I saw that when it went out as a child, and it lived in my imagination so potently and so powerfully. So I would love to see the Zarbi or the Menoptera show up again, somehow, but with our new technology, which would make them look sensational.
I think one of the things, though, is what they attempted in the Web Planet. I apologise for all people who are not as hardcore as Peter and me. Is still pretty difficult. I mean, God knows how they managed it then. That was huge. There was no humanoid characters apart from the leads. The classic monster you keep looking at how the Sea Devils. The design is amazing. It's an absolutely beautiful design. I've never thought of anything to do with them yet, but I think they're quite extraordinary as a piece of work. So maybe that. But I have got another couple in my mind, but I might be doing those, so I'm not telling you.
And we're going.
But there are a lot of people, a lot of time, space, and cosmos, and he hasn't got time to deal with everyone every moment of the day. But no, he hasn't forgotten. Stephen?
I've got Russell's answer, which is, of course, that comes from Russell's era of the show. And apparently it was me that kept her alive. Because I said, when I heard about the idea, I said, oh, don't kill her at the end. That's the Star Trek thing to do. So he kept her alive just because I said that, so okay. And I wrote to him and said, well, I sent him an email saying, well, I didn't know I'd done that, so, but thanks. And he said, oh, it doesn't matter, Stephen. She flew straight off into a moon. So you got it from Russell's mouth.
Which then hacked.
Have a ginger doctor, because he really wants to be ginger.
As I refer to my answer a few minutes ago, Peter is the doctor for the rest of time. If he chooses to go ginger, no man on this earth could stop him.
That would be a good story, though, wouldn't it?
Ginger. You want to ginger out? Okay.
That's a ginger.
Am I going to argue?
Go to Planet of the Gingers. Yeah, Mary.
Start hashtagging it now, it'll happen. Number one.
Environment growing up, so I loved all of them, and I think they're all of the Doctors, all 12 of them, have made a fabulous contribution to the show and are wonderful actors. So I don't have a specific favourite. I sort of like the, because of my age, I'm sort of very keen on the Katie Manning, Elizabeth Sladen, John Pertwee, John Baker axis, which I think really was the start of what we do. I think that's where it comes from. Is that it was the first time that they had a relationship where there was an extremely bright and clever girl who was quite capable of dealing with the Doctor, which also sort of threw into contrast his sort of strange eccentricity and his alienness. So I'm very keen on that. But I think they've all, I think Karen and Matt and Arthur were terrific. And I love Billy. I don't like to, if you pick someone, you always think they say, oh no, I missed out that other person, and they'll think I hate them, and that's not true. So, I love them all, but I think Billy Piper was amazing in the relationship. Dan and Chris, I thought was great.
One of my favourites too.
And we've got